happening out there on the roads. Real quick, use that hashtag as usual. And remember, the phone lines are always open on 0719012600. I'm inviting you to jump onto the conversations and cruise the internet. God, there's a lot going on. And I said we're kicking off with Matara Sports. It's crazy, man. You know one thing I figure, yeah? Next season is generally going to feel like a whole new era of the Premier League, man. So many big goodbyes this time around, right? From Pep Guardiola, Casemiro. You know what I mean? Hey, guys have left, but I'm excited. You know, even there's new guys checking in. Yeah, new coaches. I'm actually looking forward to see what's going to happen with Chelsea. Like, in just as a Chelsea, first of all, they've got a massive team, yeah? They've got crazy depth. But no Champions League for them. No European football. So, it's going to be boring for Chelsea fans, manze. Okay, so, right. The first updates, some of the things that stood out for me over the weekend. Bruno Fernandes has been named the Premier League Player of the Year. Isn't that amazing, guys? Good stuff to Bruno. Bruno me to Bamba, man. This guy is just he's amazing, man. He's good. We're so lucky to have Bruno Fernandes, right? And I actually have a feeling next season is going to be his main season, guys. I think, obviously, United, to me, are the favorites to win the the Premier League, let alone the Champions League, to be honest. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think Bruno, obviously, will be very, very pivotal when it comes to that campaign. Alafu, so shout outs to Bruno. 21 assists. More than anybody out there. And then Erling Haaland is unstoppable. You get the Man City striker wins the 2025-26 Coca-Cola Golden Boot. Can you imagine? Here's my feeling for Haaland, by the way. This has not been his best season. Literally. Can you imagine winning the Golden Boot in your bad season? Your worst season. That's a feat not many guys out there can achieve. You know, so respect to Erling Haaland, shout outs to him. And then I have to give another, round of applause. Shout outs to Luke Shaw, banner. Luke Shaw. 38 games, 38 starts in the Premier League this season for Luke Shaw. You get that's impressive, banner, bro. You remember how he got that? He's been having, injury issues, but the fact that he played all our games, it just gets to show you how, first of all, our medical team is. And then United, I feel like this time around, apart from, a few injuries here and there, the team has been very solid. But there's a certain defender of ours, amepotea maze, amekuwa chini ya maji sana. What's our defender's name, man? The guy who was partnering Maguire for the longest time. I love he got an injury, bro. No, not even Lisandro. The other guy from Bayern Munich. Remember? The licked. You guys going to Nyamaji. You know what I mean? But I hope he's going to be back next season. You guys with a banger. Literally, but listen, I kid you not, the Leeds has literally been our best defender this season. The guy, first of all, he's such a leader, but one of the other things that people don't know about the Leeds, and in fact, that's probably the main reason Bayern sold him. He has a massive injury problem. No may check his eye, right? Literally, guys have even forgotten about him. So I don't know if it's the right thing for him to be sold. I don't know whether we should just keep him. But all in all, he's a very, very solid player. He's a leader at the back. And then Arsenal fans, I saw what you guys did in CBD. Arsenal guys gathered in CBD, Nairobi CBD, to celebrate the EPL win for the 2025-26 season ahead of the Wait, when are they playing Crystal Palace? Is it tonight? Should be Arsenal. Let me check you. Yeah, but listen, deservedly, man. Yeah, you get Arsenal guys. Yeah, me I have no beef with you guys. Mumengo Joe trophy for the longest time ever, and let's not politicize this whole situation, guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stop saying that because I've seen guys on social saying that Arsenal guys and Kenyans in general. How you? Oh, snap. You guys okay. It was yesterday. The game was yesterday. You guys chopped Crystal Palace 2-1. It's not fair for Kenyans to get out there and celebrate Arsenal's win when there's better things to do. We need to mobilize with the same energy and get out there and protest against, Gava and stuff. Yeah, the fuel hike. I'm just like, guys, listen, what Jibambe? We don't have to be too, we don't have to read too much into things out there. All right, so this is the main conversation. This is not what I was actually looking forward to. Some of the midfielders that United is very heavily linked with, right? Because, like I said, United right now are in the market for a midfielder, not even one. I feel like we're going to get like probably three. We need depth because we will have a very long campaign next season. We're in the Champions League finally. Now, Carlos Baleba. Yeah, so the Brighton midfielder, Jana, he actually played really well against Brighton. So he has been seen as one of United's top targets, but potentially very expensive. I don't think he's actually going to be that expensive considering how his season has been this time around. He's not been very consistent. In fact, he's not even a starter for Brighton. So I have a feeling we're probably going to sign him. Imagine I actually think we're going to sign him, but I think we're going to sign him for like probably 40, 50 milli over there. Not too bad. Listen. For depth purposes, this guy, by there, he's so explosive. Jana, you guys, if you watched that Brighton United game, you'll notice that the moment Baleba checked in, yeah, Brighton's game changed. That's when they actually started becoming more threatening, right? And another thing that actually happened is at the end of the game, a lot of United players, including Bruno, somehow they were in conversations with Baleba, and guys were saying, it looks like United players, they're getting ready for Baleba. And so, listen, me, I have no beef with this guy. I think Baleba, in United, and a good coaching system, this guy is going to be a beast. And he's very young, bro. He's like 23. Yeah, I believe we haven't even seen the best of Baleba yet. Now, Sandro Tonali from Newcastle, reportedly also on United's shortlist as a possible Casemiro replacement. I don't even have to say too much about this guy. He's very, very good. The Italian is one of those guys who's definitely going to be on the market for not just United, but several teams are here, Arsenal, PSG. So listen, will Newcastle let him go? Not for cheap. I don't even think they will let him go easily. So listen, our chances of us guys, signing Tonali, listen, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. Why? Newcastle have no reason to let go of their star player. And then Ederson. Now, this is the guy that I think will be our first signing. The Atalanta midfielder has been linked as a more affordable option. This is not the first time that United has been tracking Tonali. PSG was also on his radar. He was on PSG's radar. It sounds better like that. Yeah. Listen, Ederson is good. We've been having good relationship with Atalanta. Remember, we got Hodgland from Atalanta. I see no reason as to why he should, he shouldn't come to United. Everything has been agreed. I think they're going to sign him for £45 million. Not too bad, Bana. I've been watching his highlights. This guy is such an all-round player. For depth purposes, I think he's going to be a solid addition to the United team. I also think Carrick likes him. Another thing is that Ederson is probably not going to be our starting midfielder, our starting number 6. Yeah, but definitely just for depth purposes, listen, I have no beef with Ederson. Although I've been checking guys online talking about how we can do better, nah, man, Ederson is all right, bro. He's all right. But to me, he's not like he's not going to be our star midfielder. Now, Elliot Anderson should be our star midfielder. Now, the Nottingham Forest midfielder has always been strongly linked and with United, and apparently Carrick is a strong admirer of Elliot Anderson. I think he's not going to be cheap. City are on his radar. Now that Pep Guardiola is not going to be managing City next season, I think it increases our chances of getting Anderson. Listen, if I was one of the guys who's going to talk to Anderson's agent, I'll just say, two things, in fact. Number one, get this guy. He's always going to be a starter. We have a very solid project. Our team is very young. So he's going to be a starter for United for the next probably 6 years. He's going to build a legacy at United. Unlike any other club out there, Elliot Anderson, he's going to be, I think by the time he's going to be like 65, 70 years old, this guy is going to be, he's going to have a massive legacy at United. Us guys, we like our guys, but us guys, we treat our legends visually. So I think Anderson has more, I think he would create more impact in England under Manchester United than in any other team. He's going to be on Scholes' level, you know what I mean, in terms of legend, right? So I think Elliot Anderson has every reason to come to United as opposed to any other team out there. You know what I mean? Is it going to be cheap? Of course not. Nottingham Forest are not going to let this guy go for cheap, right? I'm expecting a bid not less than £100 million for this really, really talented player. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't think any other midfielder is better than Elliot right now. Yeah, even if it's Adam Wharton, who obviously Man United has been tracking for some time right now. Listen, I mean, would we go for Adam Wharton if we missed out on Anderson? Probably. If we get someone like Ederson, Baliba, and Wharton, not bad, yeah? But for me, I feel like if we miss out on Anderson, we should definitely prioritize Tchouaméni from Real Madrid. Yeah, this guy is also very good. Listen, I don't know whether Mourinho is going to be a fan of Tchouaméni. Yeah, I've had rumors out there that Casemiro actually had conversations with Tchouaméni. Yeah, so if he actually comes to United, he's guaranteed to leave a legacy. You know what I mean? Yeah, us guys had Casemiro. We had Varane over there. You know what I mean? So we have a good relationship with Real Madrid. We sold them Cristiano Ronaldo, surely. So, listen, attracting someone like Tchouaméni to come to the theatre of dreams wouldn't be so hard. Alafu, the main guy to me is Matías Fernandes, manzi. This guy is so good. Apparently, Arsenal are tracking him, PSG as well. I see no reason as to why Fernandes should linger Man United. But it's going to, compare will be hard. I think what we need to do right now, of course, the United hierarchy need to do is get a bid ready for Fernandes real quick before Arsenal also drop a bid on PSG. Because if Arsenal get into that race, it's going to be very hard for us to get him. You know what I mean? Obviously, right now, Arsenal are solid. Anyone would admire whatever projects that they have going on. But for me, I would definitely love for United to get Matías Fernandes, Elliot Anderson, and Baliba. You know what I mean? If we miss out on Anderson, I don't have any beef with Baliba, Ederson, Ama Fernandes, right? That to me would be the solid, midfield going on as we prepare to win the Premier League next season and the Champions League. Because we're going for all those things, Yanni. All right, João Gomez, okay, Wolves midfielder. Not too bad, but I hear he's agreed terms with Atletico Madrid. And then there's also Alex Scott, the Bournemouth midfielder. Reportedly, he's been monitored by United for the longest time ever. I don't think we're actually going to sign him, to be honest. All right, so guys, who do you think we should sign, Bana? From all these guys that I've told you, yeah? Baliba, Tonali, Ederson, Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, João Gomez, Tchouaméni, Matías Fernandes, and Alex Scott. Which midfielders do you think would be solid for United? I generally think Ederson is already a done deal. I think Baliba is also going to come through. So either it's going to be Anderson, Tchouaméni, Ama Fernandes. I will put my money on... Jesus Christ, man. I think United are going to sign Anderson. If not Anderson, highly likely it's going to be Fernandes. And then the final story on After Hours kickoff, Ferdinand Omanyala bounced back, you guys, in style, banner at the 2026 Charmaine Diamond League, you guys. He killed it, bro. He won the 100 meters men's with the season's best of 9.94 seconds. You guys, this was in China. And, I honestly think this is actually going to be one of Omanyala's best season. So far, he's only been clocking under 10 seconds. And isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's definitely good for Omanyala. So when we come back, we'll talk about Ebola cases rising across the region. There's no need to panic for now, especially for Kenyans, but East Africa is officially on alert. Joe, starter, twende kazi.
Baby, don't go.